Hey guys, welcome to Let's Charm. Today we'll be learning the grammar topic active and passive voice. We use active and passive voice for showing the relation between the doer and the receiver of an action. In active sentences, the doer of the action or the subject gets importance, while in passive sentences, the person or thing that receives the action is in focus. Let's look at the following examples for active and passive voice. Beautiful giraffes roam the savannah. The passive voice for the sentence is, the savannah is roamed by beautiful giraffes. We can observe that both these sentences refer to the same event with a difference in focus. In the first sentence, the subject beautiful giraffes do something. The verb roam expresses the action done by the beautiful giraffes. The verb roam is said to be in the active voice. In the second sentence, it tells us that something is being done on the subject, the savannah. The verb is roamed expresses an action being done on the subject, the savannah. The verb phrase is roamed is said to be in the passive voice. Now let's learn how to convert active sentences to passive sentences. While changing a sentence in the active voice to passive, the object of the sentence becomes its subject, and the verb takes on the passive form to tell us what is done to the subject. For example, Tina submitted the assignment. Here the subject is Tina, the active verb is submitted, and the object is the assignment. The passive form of this sentence is, the assignment was submitted by Tina. Here the subject is the assignment, and the passive form is was submitted. In the passive voice, when the subject of the active sentence comes after the verb, we add by before it to show that it is still the doer of the action. For example, the police caught the thief. The passive voice of this sentence is, the thief was caught by the police. To change the verb, which is an active voice, into the passive voice, an appropriate form of the verb be is added before the main verb, which takes on its past participle form. The formation of passive voice is be plus past participle of the main verb. For example, the driver parked the car. The passive form of this sentence is, the car was parked by the driver. Transitive verbs, the verbs that can take objects, are the only verbs that can be changed into passive voice. In transitive verbs, the verbs that have no objects cannot be used in the passive voice as they have no objects. For example, Sneha broke the vase. The verb broke takes the object vase. It is transitive and therefore has a passive voice. The passive voice is, the vase was broken by Sneha. Meeta smiled happily. Here the verb smiled does not have any object, yet the sentence is completed. The verb smiled happily is intransitive, and there is no passive for this sentence. When we are changing a sentence from active voice to passive voice, the verb must agree with the subject in person and number. For example, the teacher is scolding the students. The singular subject teacher takes the singular verb scolding. The passive form of this sentence is, the students are being scolded by the teacher. The subject is plural, the students, so it takes the plural verb are being scolded. While changing a sentence from the active voice into the passive voice, the tense of the verb remains the same. For example, the snake killed the rat. It's an active voice and simple past tense. The passive voice is, the rat was killed by the snake. It is simple past tense. Verbs in passive. Present tense. Simple present active voice. She cleans her house every day. Simple present passive voice. The house is cleaned by her every day. Form of the passive simple present. Is, am, are plus past participle. Present continuous active voice. She is completing her homework. Present continuous passive voice. Her homework is being completed by her. Form of the passive in present continuous. Is, am, are plus being plus past participle. Present perfect. Active voice. I have done my homework. Present perfect. Passive voice. My homework has been done by me. Form of the passive in present perfect. Has, have, plus been, plus past participle. Past tense. Simple past active voice. She drew this picture. Simple past passive voice. The picture was drawn by her. Form of the passive in simple past. Was, were, plus past participle. Past continuous active voice. The children were distributing chocolates. Past continuous passive voice. Chocolates were being distributed by the children. Form of the passive in past continuous. Was, were, plus being, plus past participle. Past perfect active voice. Tina had driven many cars before she bought one. Past perfect passive voice. Many cars were driven by Tina before she bought this one. Form of the passive in past perfect. Had plus been plus past participle. Future tense, simple future active voice. I will finish my homework tomorrow. Simple future passive voice. My homework will be finished by me tomorrow. Form of the passive in simple future. Will plus be plus past participle. Simple future going to form. Active voice. I'm going to finish my work tomorrow. Simple future going to form. Passive voice. My work is going to be finished by me tomorrow. Form of the passive in simple future going to form. Going to plus be plus past participle. Future perfect. Active voice. I will have completed my assignment before the due date. Future perfect passive voice. My assignment will have been completed by me before the due date. Form of the passive in future perfect. Will plus have plus been plus past participle. If you found this video useful, please make sure to like, leave a comment, and check the description for more details. Bye!